As John walked down the street, he felt like he was being followed. Every time he turned around, he caught a glimpse of something moving in the shadows. But when he looked directly at it, there was nothing there. Over the next few days, the shadowy figures became more and more persistent. And John started to feel like he was losing his mind. He tried to ignore them, but they seemed to follow him everywhere, even into his own home. One night, as John lay in bed, he saw one of the shadow figures standing at the foot of his bed. It was now clearer than ever before, and he could see that it was a person. He recognized the face of the person and realized that it was someone he had wronged in the past. The figure disappeared, and John was left alone, trembling with fear. He knew that he had to make amends for his past mistakes, or the spirits would never leave him alone. But as he tried to make things right, the figures only grew more and more aggressive, and John soon realized that the only way to end the haunting was to pay the ultimate price. From that day on, John was never seen again, and the shadowy figures that once haunted him disappeared. Some say that John's spirit is now one of the shadowy figures, seeking revenge on those who wronged him in life. The man blinked his eyes several times, trying to adjust to the brightness of the sun shining overhead. As he got up from the ground, he looked around and realized he was in the middle of an abandoned city. He had no memory of how he got there, and the eerie silence of the place only added to his confusion. As he tried to find his way out of the city, he began to notice something strange. The streets were littered with remnants of the past. Overturned cars, shattered windows, and signs of struggle. And then he started to hear them, the faint whispers of people long gone. The man quickened his pace, feeling as if he was being followed. He turned a corner, and there, in the distance, he saw them, the ghosts of the city's former inhabitants. They were pale, almost transparent, and their eyes glowed in the dark. The man tried to run, but every turn he made seemed to lead him back to the same place. The ghosts were closing in on him, and he realized that they were trying to keep him trapped in the city forever. As he frantically searched for a way out, he finally remembered why he was there in the first place. The ghosts were closing in on him, and he realized that they were trying to keep him trapped in the city forever. As he frantically searched for a way out, he finally remembered why he was there in the first place. He had come to the city to investigate a series of disappearances that had taken place years ago. But now, he was the one who was in danger of disappearing forever. With the ghosts closing in on him, he had to use all his wits to uncover the truth and escape the city before it was too late. As a group of friends entered the abandoned hospital, they felt a chill run down their spine. The building had an eerie feeling to it, and they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. But they passed on, eager to explore the old hospital and see what secrets it held. As they made their way through the dark, dusty corridors, strange things began to happen. Doors cracked open on their own, lights flickered, and they heard the sound of footsteps echoing through the halls. They soon realized that they were not alone in the hospital. The spirits of the patients who had died there still lingered, and they were not happy about the intrusions. The friends found themselves being tormented by the vengeful spirits who seemed to be seeking revenge for their untimely deaths. The group tried to escape, but the hospital seemed to be alive, trapping them inside. They soon realized that the only way out was to face the angry spirits head on. With trembling hands and racing hearts, they armed themselves with whatever they could find and prepared for a fight to the death. As the night wore on and the battle raged, the friends began to lose hope. They were outnumbered and outmatched by the malevolent spirits. But just when all seemed lost, a glimmer of hope appeared, and they were able to turn the tide of the battle in their favor. As they made their escape, they realized that the hospital had changed them forever. They would never forget the horrors they had witnessed and the terror they had endured. And they knew that the spirits would continue to haunt them for the rest of their lives, seeking revenge for the intrusion into their world.